actually didn't do boxing competitively. I just wasn't allowed to box, you know. That was basically it. And then I got involved again then when I was just married. I got involved with St. Eugene's, and then I done my referees then and got involved, became secretary. And that was basically how I started the way back, you know, over 40 years ago. When I started the club up in '92, there was only one club going in Derry. I was out in the building site, I was a bricklayer, and I was chatting to some of the boys, Colin McLaughlin, Sean Doherty, and I says, I'm going to start a boxing club up. And I said, I'm looking for a name. And Sean Doherty, he said to me, Oakleaf. Well, it's very synonymous with Derry, Oakleaf, you know, I mean, obviously, Oak Grove, Oakleaf. So that's where the name came from. So that's how we started. I remember I was appointed to do a referee judge over in York Hall, Bethnal Green, Young Ireland versus Young England. And I met this wee small, stocky man with a tabby bow on him. He was very knowledgeable about boxing. It transpired he was called Brian Hitchin, and he was the editor of the Daily Star in London. So when I started up a club, I said to Danny McDade, who was our first coach, I said to Danny, I'm going to write this boy. So I wrote him a wee handwritten letter, and I got word back about a week and a half later from his assistant he was going to sponsor us. So he sent me £2,000 and a full kit with a Daily Star on it. So that's what got us started, you know. So that wee letter done the trick, you know. We started over in Meanan Square, what used to be the old post office, kept getting robbed, and it closed up. So that was our opening night down in the Féile, that one there, look there. Danny McDade, he was our first coach, very, very good lad, you know, he helped me out a lot, you know.
Eugene will tell you we used to open at 6 o'clock.
Aye.
And there's a couple of nights a second person would have been lit.
Aye.
And the queue outside that place, you remember, you would have been coming down trying to fight to get on, and once they get on there, they just loved it. But them young fellas at that age could have went a completely different direction. And thanks to Eugene especially, that most of them had kept them straight and narrow.
We must remember all the years of the Troubles. Oakleaf stuck it out and they helped a lot of young people. And you know, saved a lot of young people, like, you know, from going to prison or going the wrong way and stuff like that. So that's what we all have to appreciate and remember.
Most of them was very eager to train. There was very few of them came down, and you can tell the bluffers, you can tell straight away who wants to train. And most of them, to be 99% of them, just straight into training, straight into the Eugene. And the sparring, then you get chatting to men, you meet Eugene in one corner and Adam in the other, and you get chatting, it was like a friendship. It was like a son. They were like sons, really. You know what I mean? At the end up, when you really got to know them all.
So many people, you know, young boys not with us anymore. Emmett McFadden, not with us anymore. Young McGuire, not with us anymore as well. Young McLaughlin, not with us anymore. Young Kerr, not there anymore as well. You know, you see a lot of faces that's passed on, you know, fully. Well, it was packed out from the very start, from the word go. You had a good catchment area, you had the bog, and you had Brandywell, lower parts of Cregan as well. It was a big success.
We have a great relationship. Probably had me tortured since I was about 7 years of age to go out and do the running. So we have a love-hate relationship at the time, but no, we really get on well and we work together, and I have a bond off and I learned a lot of stuff off him. I've been a member of Oakleaf Boxing Club since 1992 till now, which is 31 years. The people what they call behind the club that set the club up with my dad and a boy called Daniel McDade. He fell away from the club then, but another man, Joe Cunningham, he was a founder member of the club as well. And then there was a boy called Barry Wade and Duxie Donnelly. They were coaches at the time.
92, we started off it was me, Eugene O'Kane, Daniel McDade, Barry Wade, Damien McDermott, Emma McDermott, Joe Cunningham. We all formed a committee to organise, and we got these premises for the club. We went on for years. We hadn't many prospects at that time until we moved to Brandywell.
We had a couple of places. We were homeless a few times, and we moved down to the Brandywell Sports Centre, which was a converted cattle market.
Like the Brandywell was an area, they needed something, they took it. Like I was stopping the street and there was people saying, you're doing great, this club is doing great. It's not just you're taking the club, the children off the street, you're giving them discipline and the boxing was a big thing.
It was September, so I had started August, September 97. Then I had my first fight probably around March 98, so about a few months later. That took me straight into Northwest Ulsters, and I won them, qualified for Dublin, went down to Dublin and won All Ireland. So that was the club's first Irish title. This was the man here, was in the corner. He done all the hard work. He done all the hard work and put the hours in and training the groups, giving up their free time and stuff. So,
And what kind of feeling was that for you at that time?
It's tearful. Mostly I broke down when I won his first title. Like as a coach, it was my first Irish title, and I was in tears.
As a youngster, 10, 11, like, you don't realise the magnitude of what you're doing. You're just there, you're just going with it, And I had only put the work in from August, September, whereas these boys were around from 92 trying to get somebody to that level, so it was obviously a big thing for them as well, for the club.
After winning their first Irish title as a club in 1997, Oakleaf enjoyed many years of success in the Brandywell, but it wasn't without its ups and downs.
It's probably 2000. At the time we were lacking coaches, and my father was actually thinking of giving it up because he said, why is it worth it? And this time we hadn't got nobody coming through.
Well, there was a lot of times where I was going to just pull the pin and say, that's it, finished, coming home from work, and that no coaches there, and you're there yourself. My wife still sort of rears up about missing anniversaries and missing birthdays and missing different things that should have been there. So there's a lot of sacrifices you have to sort of do to keep it going.
Like for Eugene O'Kane and his son there behind you, young Eugene, and all these boys here, we Rogie, and hard work, and there's no doubt there are a lot of nights that they like to sit in the house and have a TV or but they didn't do that. They come out here, open the club, and that's what you have to do, like, to get the success, because at the end of it, it's hard work, but it's worthwhile.
But it's a mere fact of seeing a wee boy's hand getting rose, won an Irish title, won an Ulster title, or some wee boy coming on the club who's maybe overweight, and him lost a lot of weight, which is wee things like that give you that wee buzz to keep you going. And that's probably one of the best achievements. One day, that week we had 4 Irish champions that week there, which was a great achievement, those 4. And one week we had 4 Irish champions, which was a big thing for us.
Started boxing in Oakleaf when I was 9, just before my 10th birthday. And I come from a big footballing family, so I started boxing to just lose a bit of weight. Came into Oakleaf then because it fitted nicely around my footballing nights, and then started developing a wee bit of talent in the boxing. Eugene Senior he's probably the first man I met coming in, and he's probably the man that gave me a bit of confidence too. He used to always say, that boy will be Irish champion, that boy will be Irish champion. And coming from Donegal into Derry, not really knowing anybody, I filled my head full of confidence, do you know what I mean? And obviously he meant what he said too. He wasn't just saying it, because he always said that I would win the All-Irelands in my first year, and I did. Eugene would have been probably the first man I met at the front door, and he's still around, and he's keeping the club alive, and Eugene Jr. as well. So no, they've been a massive part of my own boxing career, and they've been a massive part of this club.
People always say you're Brett McGinty's, you're Sean McGlinchey's, you're Carly Irvine's, you're Anna McIver's, all Irish champions. This is pioneer club. Juniors coming through. It's like a conveyor belt. So you're going from juniors, schoolboys, youth, intermediate, senior, the elites.
Now I've got a lot of people giving me a hand. I'm taking a wee sort of a back seat now, and my son's taking over. We've got some great coaches in the club, Christy Doherty, Raymond Rogan, my son.
In the last 6 to 12 months, I've seen a massive change. New members have joined, new parents have joined as the club has grew. We love to see people. We have multiple stories, too many to list, of young parents, very protective, very nervous, bringing their child in. Maybe he's been bullied in school, or maybe he's got low in confidence, and they brought them into the boxing club. My nephew being one of them, the change within a very short space of time. It's amazing to have parents come in and say, he's a different kid, he's much more confident.
My wee boy, he's boxing now in Oakleaf about 2.5 years. I kind of started, he would have been hyper in school and whatever, but from he started boxing, the discipline and his coordination laws came on so much. He loves it, looks forward to it. It's his favourite days of the week.
Let's go. I started working, and my job was I'm a labourer, like, so I needed to be fair enough, like, and I was struggling, you know what I mean? So I joined here, which said he'd take care of me, like, here now I've lost 12 kg, so I was 121 when I started, 109 now, so I was on a month, like.
Some of the lives that we're changing through boxing, it's staggering, and it's something we're all very proud of, and that's every coach as well. Not only are we coaches, but we're a listening ear, and that could be a young guy who's 11 who's being bullied, to a guy who's in his 50s and just wants to get fit and come in and train. The club is open to everybody, and the classes are structured so that the doors are open there pretty much from 5 o'clock in the evening to 10 o'clock at night.
You can be working 6 days a week at times, sometimes you can do 7. It's the love of it, it's what's in your heart. Once you get that passion, it's hard to get away or get out of it. Like, the love of the sport, you're hooked. You can't get away from it. It's in your heart, it's in your blood. Like, you're hooked. Once you're hooked, you're never getting away.
Me and a friend of mine opened a couple of bars in Derry at that time, and they thought it'd be a good idea for me and him to box each other. And then we got another couple of people we knew, friends and that, they joined in, and then we started training, and as I say, November 2010. We started the training over in the Brandywell. While we were there training, you seen all the young boys from the bog in Brandywell coming off the street, coming up and getting a bit of training. Some were very successful boxers, some fell away, but what they done for the community, I fell in love with it right away, to be honest. Every wee boy out there is touched by this club. The discipline that the club has done for young kids is unbelievable. Whether they're here or not, they've taken everybody who's been in the club has taken something with them.
Boxing learns you to have a wee bit of self-respect for yourself, self-respect for others as well. Bring your son to boxing or your wee girl to boxing. It's a safe environment. You know where they are for that hour and a half to 2 hours that they're on here. They're safe and they're not out walking the streets. They're on here in the club.
Boxing and the whole is thriving now at the moment. I was in a class last week. We had 24 children, 14 girls in the class. 10 boys, which is phenomenal. They show the sports thriving and what people like Katie Taylor's done for the game. She's brought it to a new different level.
Katie Taylor's gold medal triumph at London 2012 was a watershed moment for boxing, inspiring hundreds of young girls and women across the country to take up the sport. With Olympic, world and European champions pushing the sport front and centre, Oakleaf boxing continues to see an upsurge in female participation, with girls competing at every level. In 2024, Carly Irvine was the first female member of Oakleaf Boxing Club to win an elite championship.
I was most nervous I've ever been for a competition just because I knew it was my first time at an elite level competition, rather than if it was any other competition like All Ireland's, I would have been fine. But the nerves kind of got the better of me, but I still got into the ring, looked out at the crowd. It was just everyone looking at you, just that same feeling. But I was able to calm myself down, get into the centre of the ring, and then just from then on, won all three rounds, I think it was. Unanimous anyway. It was a really great accomplishment. Like, I was really, really proud of myself. I knew going on it that if I won this, I'm the first in Oakleaf, but I'm glad I really got to make that mark in here. I've always wanted to be a role model for younger people coming up, because I know for girls it's hard to come up into a combat sport. It's great seeing so many younger girls come on, because at the start there wasn't very many girls.
I have a young prospect there. You said she was very good. You watched her yesterday. She stood out. Shanise Robinson. She could be an Irish champion this year. She's very technically very good, and she's with me since she's about 6 or 7 years of age. So she's with me a long time. She's 11 now.
The reason why Shanise came to the club was through one of the friends, Johnny Kelly. His daughter would have been boxing at the time, and it was just obviously whenever I was chatting to him about his daughter Eva and blah blah blah, and he's a coach also at the club. He was always saying to me, bring her up, bring her up, bring her up. So that was it, so we finally came through the door.
Came once, expected not to be able to do it, and I just thought this was for me, and the water sport could do that.
She started off me doing one-day-one personal training, and then she started loving the boxing, and then she started coming to junior class.
I started making friends, and then I just started getting to know the coaches better, and there's everything about the place is just amazing. All the coaches, the people are all just very helpful, and everything that you need help with, they just come over and say, oh, this is how you do it, or they just help you.
Budge would have said to me, you must have done a bit of work with her, and I said, no, I haven't done anything. And then he would have shouted to his father and said, she's going to be our first Gear 1 Irish champion.
I says from the match Shanise came on the club that she was going to be an Irish champion, and she's only 3 weeks away now from winning it.
Shanice's uncle Andy passed away suddenly in September 2023. She carried his memory all the way to Dublin where, with only one goal, they took home the gold medal for her uncle.
And then a week prior that we were going down, we found out that the wife's grandfather was dying. So I actually made a phone call to Budge. They said that I'm going to have to pull the plug.
We didn't know if she was going to go into it because her granddad was sick, and then 2 days before the actual semi-final, her granddad died. Her head was all over the place where her granddad died, and then so her granddad wasn't getting buried the Thursday, so she decided, in fact, that she wanted to go on them no matter what. She'd done all the hard work, and she just said herself she's going to go and win it for her granddad and her Uncle Andy. So.
I was a wee bit nervous, and then I was a wee bit excited to go on, and then I was just focusing on my training too.
The game plan in the semi-final, we knew the girl didn't like pressure, so the game plan was to go, the minute the bell goes, they go straight and tap her.
Shanise, I don't know, she just tooters on. She doesn't show any emotions, or I think I show all the emotions. Danielle will be the same to her mother.
I told her once again, just go for it. I was like, don't take a step back against this girl, just go, just go.
Round one.
Don't smell your work today! Straight on her!
She hit the girl with a body punch, and she actually hurt the girl's ribs. You can see in the video the girl was winching in pain, and the fight was called off.
The winner of that contest by our wrestling in round one, Robertson in the blue corner.
I was happy that I won it, and that I knew I was going to win it anyway,
So we had to leave Dublin, come back up on the Wednesday, do the wake their grandfather, and then go back down. So that was sort of the focus on between. You had the final on your head, but you were focusing on the burial of the grandfather. So we had to focus on that and then go back down, and then went back down the first evening, and then it was just 100% for the final.
Rushing Shears, Swinford, Shanise Robertson, Oakleaf, Derry. Luke McKenna, Marble City, Martin Nevin, Olympic Galway.
I feel like there's a lot more emotion going into the final. I think everybody kind of felt it. I felt it anyways. I feel like there was a bit of an added pressure on her, but she just wanted it so badly.
It was just sort of the same, a wee bit nervous, a wee bit excited, and then it was a wee bit like tensed as well because there's like more people there and stuff.
You definitely had more pressure because you're 4.5 minutes away from winning an Irish title, which it isn't an easy achievement. But whenever I was watching her, again, Budge was taking her on the pads and stuff, and I seen her, it was the sharpest I've ever seen her.
She handled it better than anybody. And she was calm, easy to see. She was cool and she stuck to what she was told, stuck to the game plan.
First 30 seconds, move your thing. Jump on the first 30 seconds, get that centre ring as quick as you can. And that's it, all thing. Nice and calm, nice and relaxed. Alright? Breathe. Smile. Enjoy the moment. People go through these moments all the time, but they never enjoy them. Do you know what I mean? Enjoy it. Visualise. First 30 seconds, move your day. Give it a wee rest, whatever you want. Just
close right now.
Just a second. Nice and relaxed, nice and calm. No time to shine.
How you feeling now? Just my fourth.
That's what I'm saying there, I enjoy it. I never enjoy it, don't
No. The cheating, she's soaking it in and enjoying it, you know.
That's what we want.
So a lot of people get nervous and freeze.
That's what you do all the work for.
Our work's done now. Time to get that medal now, hang it back. First of many.
It's all mine. Loose now. Loose. Perfect. Perfect.
They run sky high and you have to calm down when you get back in the corner. As you can see when we're shouting in the corner, I'm like a madman. But when you get back on the corner, you have to calm down again, you know what I mean, and relax.
After the first round, it wasn't really calming me down because I just wanted to go out and like get over with again. Whenever I was going into the third one, Budge is saying another 90 seconds and you're an Irish champion.
90 seconds. 90 seconds and you're an Irish champion.
Was a war for 3 rounds. Shanise deserves all the credit for what she has done.
Congratulations, girls. That contest was worth the entry alone. Well done. Well done, girls. You've been proud of your clubs. Well done. The winner of that contest, the national champion girl, won at 47 kilos for 2024 on a split decision 4-1. Robertson and the Oakleaf.
Let her go. Get her out.
The Ulster Boxing Council, Eugene Duffy, they make the presentation. Well done, well done, well done, well done.
Getting out, giving my mum and dad a hug, it was just like, I was crying. I was so happy that I got it and made everybody proud then.
Yes!
I'm absolutely delighted for Shanise. She was carrying a lot of weight on her shoulders, and that will be marvellous for the people of Brandywell and her family. She lost her grandfather and she lost her uncle, and she came down here. Her grandfather was buried the other day, and she came down here and probably won the best fight of the contest the night so far.
This camera only, please. This camera only. Lift your head up. Cheers, lad. Thank you.
I mind saying to my dad the first night she came to be an Irish champion, and he's done that to me 2 or 3 times, and he's named them. They done it with Bert McGinty, and I think he done it with Gavin Moore, and the 2 of them went on to be Irish champions. So for me, to do it to him is a good one.
He just kept going and kept going. See him 5 days, nothing like that. See what's tough.
We must have about 70 or 80 people on the homecoming from it.
Everybody on the club know that you have to give them a lot of praise, coaches, parents, boxers. It was just like one big family.
Success breeds success, because everybody in the club wants to be the new Shanise, everybody wants to be the new Jack, a new Curly. That's when that breeds brings the best on.
It's exciting times for us because there's a new build out in the Daisy Field. I was out having a look at it. It's actually state of the art.
This new facility now, it's absolutely brilliant. It's brilliant for the Derry community, and it's brilliant for everybody in this club, everybody involved in this club.
It is going to help every kid in the street. I would say every kid in the Derry city area, not just the Bog, Brandywell, Craigin, as far as in Pennyburn, Gallia, they will all come to see this place here.
My dad stuck at it, and he tried for, let's say, he's been trying to get this club for 20 years, and now we've actually got here. We're here now, and it's actually nearly built.
People's going to sort of send their kids down to a brand new facility, which is geared for boxing. But now we've our own place, which will be brilliant,
Hopefully in the next 20 years, and the new gym will be thriving. We'll probably be one of the biggest boxing clubs in Ireland. It's going to be a state-of-the-art building. We're going to get state-of-the-art facilities, and as you know, success breeds success.
When I started this club up in 1992, a lot of people were saying, I give this club 6 months and they'll fold. So it's a long 6 months. We're going over 32 years now, That's a nice wee sort of a thing to say, look boys, we're doing all right. We're not doing too bad,